Hey everybody, it's Kandi, aka Brown Eyed Girl 69. How y'all doing tonight? Well, y'all get to look at my lovely candles and light and incense burning while I chit chat for a few minutes. Today was my Friday. I basically worked my entire shift except for I got off an hour earlier than I should have. I've been having issues with my allergies today and emotions. Just very strange things that's happened to me today on a roller coaster kind of scale. So has anybody else out there experienced any similar kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Has anybody, else experienced any kind of symptoms? I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Symptoms, like issues with their sinuses, whether their sinuses are like clogged up or whether their sinuses are like a faucet and they can't control it. And they're constantly coughing or my throat's been bothering me the last couple of days, and like yesterday it felt like like I had something stuck up in my sinus area, but not in my head region of my sinuses, but more in my back of my throat region, I woke up this morning. I wasn't feeling sickly or anything, but I didn't feel the best. But, I needed to work to get some money, so I went to work. But as the day progressed, I didn't really feel very good today. So I was just wondering if anybody was experiencing any symptoms. I call it, frequency light updates, and I know we've been going through a lot of supposed solar changes and whatnot. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, or if it has anything to do with what they might be, putting in our skies, putting in our food. I'm even thinking that there's other types of mechanisms that are utilized to inflict some sort of harm upon a human in the form of frequency waves. Okay, everybody, I'm back. I had to stop for a second, take a little breather, because like I said, I'm having issues with my allergies and everything, and I started having a little bit of a coughing fit, or I could tell it was coming on. So I paused the video. So yeah, is anybody else experiencing anything like that? Also, I've been trying to dive into looking at the next sign I'm going to dive into is my moon sign, but I've been listening to some videos on my sun sign Cancer and on my rising sign Sagittarius, and it's like when I'm sitting there listening to the videos and they're describing these characteristics of these said astrological signs, it's like they're describing me to a T. And it's pretty amazing, actually. It's helping me to discover a little bit more about me and why I am the way I am, and maybe it's not such a bad thing, after all. I probably don't give myself enough credit where credit's due. I never really considered myself gifted in any aspect of being creative. But through listening to a couple videos today, I found out that I am creative, and that's in the aspect of writing as well as speaking. I would be one of the types of people that could get up and speak in front of a group of people, or a hall of people or even a stadium of people. That's me. I could be that person. And the subject matter that I'd be speaking on could be one of many subject matters, you know. But that's just an example. So my next sign that I need to dive into is Libra. So I'm going to listen to that after I make this video. I'm pretty much trying to not interact on a lot of streams. Just more or less just listening in on occasion if I'm around. But with my work schedule, a lot of the live streams that are going on during the morning time or daytime, I'm not ever able to participate in or even listen to because of the fact that I'm at work. But I'm getting ready to go to I Love Weed live here on Booby Tooby Streets. They have a show every night of the week, 7 nights a week. I Love Weed Live. So if you love weed, look up I Love Weed Live. You will not regret it. And if you go into the live chat and they ask you, because everybody gets a wrench. So if you go into the live chat and talk, and they ask you who sent you, you can tell them Kandi, a.k.a. Brown Eyed Girl 69. And they'll certainly look at your page and throw a wrench your way. But it's a lovely group of people that all, you know, have something unique to offer and to the community that loves weed. Everybody, the one thing that they have in common in this community is the fact that they love to smoke weed, you know, that they love weed in all sorts of shapes, forms, and fashions. Myself, I'm more of a flower girl than I would say concentrates or anything. But I have, you know, I do have the necessary equipment to partake in doing concentrates if I so choose and desire. But most of the time I so choose and desire just to smoke out of my chillum right here, you know. I even have a bubbler, but I don't even use it that much because of the fact that it's just too hard to take care of and clean, you know. I always having to put new raw water in it and da-da-da-da, and the tube gets clogged easy, etc., etc. But I do need to find me a new piece of some sort, but I don't really have the funds. Hey, if there's any hippie stoners here listening to me and you want to send me some glass, hey, I would be more than happy to accept it. Just hit me up and yeah. I would be more than happy to accept your glass if you make it yourself. Hey, that'd be great. And I'd even be willing to, you know, do a review on it, etc., etc. What else could I throw out there? No, by me listening to the videos on Cancer and Sagittarius, it made me realize some of the things that have recently taken place. I would say in the last 3 or 4 weeks. It's taken place in my life. And probably more consistently over the last couple of years. It's sort of helped me understand myself as well as understand why others are the way they are. And that has nothing to do with me at all. That's the thing. I am used to taking things personally, and that's either the Cancer or the Sagittarius or both in me that make me take things personally. But it might not have anything to do with me at all, you know what I'm saying? But everything to do with the other person. I'm also off work tomorrow and Thursday, and I'm probably going to make a video sometime in that time frame showcasing some pieces that I'm willing to depart with if anybody be interested in purchasing those said pieces or whatever. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my little area over there and decide what pieces I'm going to keep and what pieces I'm going to put up online to sell. I'll just show y'all. I don't know if any of these are going to be the pieces or not that I'm going to get rid of, but I'm just going to show y'all a couple of pieces. But like, I know for sure I'll probably get rid of this one. And I'll just show you an example of, some of the things I have. Even though I have made a video on some of my pieces and stuff like that before. So if you're really interested in looking at some of the pieces I've got, then feel more than free to go check that out. Alright, so I picked out like 3 little pieces. I think this pyramid is what they call a red jasper. Anyway, it's just a smaller pyramid in comparison to, I got a couple of bigger ones, or a few more bigger ones. This, I believe, is it's a quartz crystal for sure, but it's like rainbow aura quartz crystal. But you got all these like crystals. And then this is all you can see, the rainbow in there. And then I got this tower. It definitely's got some defects on it. I don't know if those are natural or if it just sort of happened in shipping or what. But I have this tower. And I don't even know what kind it is, but yeah. Those are just some of the pieces that I have. Examples of pieces that I have. But yeah, I'm willing to part with some of these pieces because I don't utilize a lot of these pieces. And, if they can go to somewhere that somebody can utilize their energy for their intended purposes, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to allow them to go to a new home. Because they're doing nothing and they're not serving their purpose if they're not being utilized to their fullest, extent. So that's why I'm going to go through the pieces and decide which pieces tell me they want to go and which pieces tell me they're going to stay. And then those that tell me they're going to stay are going to be the pieces that I definitely start utilizing and paying more attention to and trying to develop some sort of a bond with that specific energy in that specific stone or crystal, etc., etc. Even though, honestly, I believe that a lot of it is so new agey, like, deep down inside, when it comes down to it, deep down inside, what do I believe? Deep down inside, when it comes down to it, I don't think there's anything that we have to do, per se, to naturally raise our intellect or our energy or consciousness or whatever you want to call it, whatever label you want to attach to it. I don't think there's anything we specifically have to do. I think they called that works in the Bible, if people want to relate it to the Bible, some shape, form, or fashion. I don't believe we have any works that we necessarily have to do. That's more the ego telling us that we have to do this or we have to do that in order to be able to ascend Even when we was just to sit here, like a lump on a log, we would still ascend naturally. I mean, even flowers ascend, you know? Flowers regrow all the time. So do we. But I think that some of the practices that we develop, like meditation, stones, crystals, books, certain types of therapy, pursuing our passion, whatever it is, you know. It's there for a reason. It's there for a purpose. It's there to drive us. Like me, as a child, I want freedom. I don't want to be stuck in one location for too long. And that's what it comes down to. And I think that's one reason why I have never bought a house in my life, because I don't want to be attached to someplace too long. But I've been here, back in my hometown, now for 3 years, a little over 3 years. And as long as my kids are here, this is where I'm going to be. My kids are my number one priority. Anything next to my kids, that's second priority. My kids are my number one priority. Myself is my number one priority. My happiness and my kids' happiness and well-being, however that is, you know, however it flows together. But for the most part, they're doing pretty good and are happy. Just like me, I'm doing pretty good and happy. I don't have a lot of money to buy a lot of material things, which is a good thing too. I'm starting to learn that I don't need this, I don't need that, everything that they project to you out in media. You need this, you need that, you need that. No, you don't. No, you don't. If you have a place to lay your head, a place to clean your body and your clothing, and a place to prepare food, that's all you need. Even if the place all I had was a mattress, a pillow, and a blanket, and maybe a couple of dishes, and your toothbrush and toothpaste, and a bar of soap, and a towel. For real, you know? Too many people get caught up in wanting all this materialistic stuff. When materialistic stuff, you can't take it with you. And it's just the ego that craves those things. But honestly, if I didn't have money issues or worries, I probably would live here and then just go traveling every couple months and take my camcorder, laptop, and set out on an adventure. Record some things and not record some things, you know? That's probably my ultimate... I think that would be my ultimate goal. Is to try to get a blog of some sort. Or a vlog, you know? My own webpage of some sort. Start writing and traveling, and I love photography. So maybe I need to start setting my sights on things like that. Because working this job that I'm working, it's not gonna put me anywhere other than in more grief, more pain, more debt, and more regret, you know. I want more out of life than just working to pay my bills, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So if anybody knows of any good, cheap ways to get started with like a blog that allows you to have video and photos as well as writing, please let me know. especially if it's free at the moment, because I don't really have a lot of money to shell out for like a subscription to, say, Weebly or Wix or any of these other websites that allow you to make a web page. But yeah, any advice, any suggestions, I'm welcome to them, and definitely will take them into consideration. I mean, what do I got to lose? I have nothing to lose, right? Life's what you make it, and trust me, I've really been sitting here thinking about, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What can I do? What am I strong at? What are my strong points? What am I interested in? What am I interested in doing? What am I interested in seeing? What am I interested in experiencing in life? And that's what it ultimately comes down to. And by this far, I'm almost 55, and I have been blessed beyond comparison in so many ways, shapes, forms, and fashions that it would just take me forever to even go into all of the things I have to be grateful for in life. Too many to name in a short period of time. Anyway, it seems like my allergies are starting to act back up, and I'm already at almost like 22 minutes, so much love, guys. Peace, love, hugs, snugs. And if you smoke it, if you got it, smoke it. And until the next time, YouTube, I'm out.